saw the coming attractions. The girl had no shirt on. One scene. I went and saw the film. That's the only scene.
Well, you saved me $4, right?
Tonight, almost live, it's America Tonight. 30 minutes of TV on the UBS network, located in the UBS Broadcasting Mall in El Tacoma, California, the unfinished furniture capital of the world, with General Rafael Esteban de Carrillos, with an inside look at what's going on in certain cases. The muscle flexors, the 20-inch necks who flex their pecs, and Miss Elke Sommer, who's supposed to be someplace else for money, with the music of Happy Kind and the Mirth Makers, and me, I'm Jerry Hubbard. Hi, everybody, and now, your host and mine, Mr. Bart Kimball.
Hi, excuse me, we had some children on last night, and I was counting the number of jellies that are missing, because I get billed for them, okay? Good evening, and welcome once again to America Tonight. I say again, if it's your first time, then welcome once. You know, an awful lot of people are scared to death of the dentist, and more specifically, they're scared of what happens when they get into the dentist's chair. Well, actually, not the dentist's chair, because he probably keeps that in his private office. You know what I mean, or at least you did. Okay, anyway, I'm a slightly different kind of guy. I have more difficulty with sitting in the dentist's waiting room, actually. It's virtually the only time in my life that I can't avoid reading Newsweek magazine. Because in his waiting room, we've only got two choices. We've got Newsweek, we've got Jack and Jill. And unfortunately, Jack and Jill doesn't have a media section, so I always end up reading something in Newsweek that depresses me. Yesterday, I read an issue from a couple of months back or so, and there was this item that said, NBC denies considering Phil Donahue for the new host of the Today Show, replacing Tom Brokaw. Okay. Now, you have no way of knowing if these things are true. I skimmed through a copy of, in fact, of Jack and Jill's just to check. Nothing about Donahue. And the depressing thing is that a lot of you are saying, out there probably saying, Phil Donahue? And yet NBC thinks he's important enough to deny considering him. Not that I'm knocking Mr. Donahue. After all, we both started out in small Ohio townships in Fernwood, and he was in Dayton, and the fact that 10 years later he's only made it as far west as Chicago, hey, it's no reflection on his talent, only on his ability to raise the bus fare. But, according to the article, he's a nice, gray-haired man who runs a talk show where he interviews a lot of unwed mothers and unwed fathers, probably some unwed children, unwed everybody, the whole unwed scene, that kind of thing. Well, I'm sure he is good enough to at least be considered as Tom Brokaw's replacement. But it just makes me wonder why NBC doesn't have the basic fairness to at least deny considering me for the job. Not that I've even want to move to New York or get up that early just for some lousy 300,000 clams a year. I wouldn't turn my whole life upside down like that for a penny less than 350, and that's true. Nonetheless, I would appreciate the courtesy of a denial, just for the sake of some peace of mind. Okay, well, my next dentist appointment is about 2 months, so if NBC could deny considering me for Tom Brokaw's job sometime this week, I think it'll probably hit Newsweek just in time, or they could maybe send a press release to Cap and Andy's corner at Jack and Jill, and I'll look for it there. Okay, that's enough. Oh, here he is, Jerry Hubbard.
Yeah, I love magazines, and I'm always disappointed on a plane when the only thing they have is Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
You know, but
They have others up front.
Oh, yeah? First class? Oh, boy. Well, anyway, but those magazines, you should read them. You should make a point. We're in the public's eye, and we should keep our finger on what's happening today. And I like nothing better at the end of a day to sit down and relax. I loosen my tie, and I'll try to read Time, Newsweek, you know, from cover to cover, thoroughly. Not just skim through it, but that's kind of difficult to get all the way through.
Sure.
You just get up to an interesting part, and the druggist will say something like, this isn't a library, you know. And so you try to ignore him and think maybe he's talking to someone else.
You don't buy the magazines. You try to do it right there in the drugstore?
Well, as many as I can, sure, because you test drive a car, don't you? You just go in and say, I'll take that one. Never judge a book by its cover. And then this guy has started stapling together certain papers and magazines, you know, and by the time you get them open, You get these cuts under your nails, and who needs it?
What do you do about the ones, I know they're your favorites, they have that little brown paper thing around them to hold them shut, Jerry? What do you do about those?
They're not bad, because you got to be careful. You could just rip them off when he's not looking. I say, I didn't do that. It was this way when I came in.
Some kid must have done it. Good thinking. Well, we have
I hope he's not watching.
We have a big show tonight. We have a very special guest. Miss Elke Sommer is a gorgeous and talented actress, and this amazing thing is, the most amazing thing, I guess, is she wasn't even born in this country.
Only in America could that happen.
That's true. Actually, she was not even booked on our show, and again, only on America Tonight could that happen. But she is here at the UBS studios to tape a guest segment sort of kind of thing on a special one-hour edition of the UBS children's show, Taters the Clown. So she, isn't he wonderful? The thing that makes him so special is he talks the same language as those 6-year-olds, both on and off camera.
That's right.
And that's why they trust him, so.
Yes.
So I had to drive him to work and take him home, and he sits up there. They had that little seat for him, and he sits up there in the middle of the seat and pretends he drives. He's great. It's a little plastic thing with a horn.
He drives me crazy because it's beep, beep all the way home,
know,
you know, and you say, please, and
but he's
means
fun, and the
nothing.
kids love it. At any rate, she's here, and she and Taters the Clown are taping right across the hall in Studio A, I think it is. We're in B, and we thought, what the heck? We'd like to try to grab her for half an hour, and...
Who wouldn't? Only in America.
Right, Jerry. Please welcome Miss Elke Sommer. Well, if there was any doubt that she's working with Taters, you know it now. Hi.
Well,
Hello there.
it's wonderful that we can have you on the show. We're very happy, and Jump and Jiminy, you sure are looking new. What do you think, Elke? What do you think of my Swedish accent?
Well, I wouldn't know, Jerry. I'm German. One word.
No kidding. I thought you were Swedish.
Nope,
How
nope,
about
nope,
that?
no.
Have you ever seen a bigger pair of shoes than that? I love clown shoes.
Only Greta Garbo's, I guess.
They make me laugh every time.
That's good.
Gee, that's great news.
Yeah.
Elke, I understand you've been all over the world this year making some movies
Yeah.
and doing that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
They have some great... Sweden is well known for its movies. They have... No, really, they have people like Liv Ullmann and Ingrid Bergman.
That's right.
Ingmar Bergman.
Oh, well,
The director?
whatever her name is, she is a marvelous director. Very similar in style to Federico Fellini. Of course, he's Italian.
Czechoslovakian.
Is he? Oh, my
Yes, I
God.
thought so.
Well, that's another minority, except in Czechoslovakia, where they probably got a big concentration of them, huh? But their styles are very not unsimilar, and the only way I can tell, really, Fellini's films from Bergman's are that in Fellini's films, the actors are usually a little shorter, and they wear undershirts out in public all the time. But you're a credit to the Swedish movie industry.
She's not Swedish.
All right. She's German. It's just difficult to keep those blonde countries separated.
It's easier for some people than it is for others. You know what I mean? Elke, we're all familiar with you as an actress and as a very glamorous, wonderful woman. Did you have it hennaed? Is that
Yes,
henna?
yeah, that's the Egyptian henna. It's the real strong henna.
Fantastic.
Filling and bold on top, but it doesn't matter.
That's great. At any rate, what about the private Elke Sommer? What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, what do I do in my spare time, Barth? Well, I paint a lot. I garden a lot. I have a lot of dogs. I have a husband.
Uh-oh.
I have...
You could paint your husband while he's walking the dog
Well,
in the
that's
garden.
right.
And you could do it all in...
And while he's gone,
Yes,
I
why
could
not?
come over and we could dig up some dirt in that garden. She's the prettiest clown I've ever seen. I'll say.
So, that's what I mostly do, you know.
Right.
I'm
Any
home
sports?
so little, though. Yeah, I play tennis. I really love playing.
You like tennis?
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite tennis players?
Well, I like Jimmy Connors. I like Bjorn Borg, for instance, you know.
Let me ask you something. What nationality is Bjorn Borg?
Well, Swedish, of course.
I rest my case.
If he'd only pack it. Don't mind him, Elke.
No, I'm getting used to him, as a matter of fact.
There are a lot of
He's
things
kind of
that...
cute.
He is all right, yeah. He rents the clothes and shows up every night. What can you say? Listen, there's some things I'd like to ask you that I think are very important. I don't want everyone to hear things like address and phone numbers, so we're going to break away from a commercial. We'll be right back. We're back with our special guest, Elke Sommer. You chose the candy that's the same color as the end of your nose. Isn't that funny? I guess everyone does. I always go for the flesh-colored. Elke, incidentally, will be doing a special number for us later in the show. You ready for it?
What special number?
Well, we'll talk about it later. I do want you to do it. At any rate, our next guest is the first South American citizen and also the first South American dictator in general we've ever had on this show, isn't he?
And I think he is the first dictator we've ever had on the show. I know
Okay,
about
good. That's right, Jerry. He's in California on a goodwill tour. Please welcome General Rafael Esteban de Carrillo. Hi. Nice to see you. Well, we go from a shot in the dark to a shot on our show. Let's hope it's as lucky for you. General, welcome to our shores and our show. I understand you have been in the military for about 3 governments now, huh?
Yes, and I am here on a goodwill tour so I can get to know the country better and improve the relations between your government and mine. And also to encourage Hollywood producers to make movies in my country.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Funny, we were just talking about people like Ingrid Bergman, Fellini.
I don't know the gentleman.
No.
Yeah, some of us were just talking about it, and not all of us, Jerry. Let me ask you this. Why would they send a general, or for those people who are listening in the northern parts of our country, general, why would they send a general to Hollywood? Are you threatening the producers or something? I'm just teasing, of course.
Not at all.
Just trying to lighten the border.
You see, I am actually the general of the army, and also I am the minister of show business. I am trying to encourage the producers to see what we in my country have to offer.
What do you have to offer?
We have wonderful locations for filming, especially for the war movies. We have the world's finest bombed-out palaces. We have buildings with bullet holes. But most of all, we have the people.
Bombed-out presidents.
But the people, they love show business.
Sure.
They all want to be in the movies. They want to become the stuntmen.
Yeah.
They fall off the cliffs. They get the car accidents. They join the mob so that they can be mowed down with the machine guns. But these people come very cheap. We can arrange to shoot anything we want.
So I've heard. Listen, what about the prisons down there? Speaking of shooting and things like that, we've heard some news reports here in the country about torturing. We've heard that the people have been hanging by the ankles for 3 days. Horrible things. Is that?
That is a big bunch of looky-dooky.
So easy when you know the language, huh? Yeah.
A man is choking to death from a piece of meat from a prison lunch.
Uh-huh.
We turn him upside down to save his life, and the world screams torture.
No, this is true. They did. How long did he hang there?
3 days, baby, 4 times. It was a large piece of meat.
Well, better safe than sorry, I always say. But what about this water torture? Now, I hear about these 1 drop every few seconds on a prisoner's head, and sometimes for a whole week.
To me.
Oh, that could wear away the hair, you know.
Some people like slow showers. But I don't remember that particular case.
Okay, are you saying that there is no torture at all in your prisons?
There is some torture. But the government has nothing to do with it. The prisoners torture themselves.
I guess you've got to kind of a fun place to make movies down there, spend a little time, maybe even do a little time. Would you please come back and visit us sometime if you're still in power? That'd be a pleasure. And right now, I can't wait to hear your number, Elke.
What number, Bart?
We'll talk about it during the break. We'll be right back after these words. Stay with us.
UBS, we're the best. Remember, we put you before UBS.
Tonight on UBS, the Bobby Hardwick Automatic Comedy Hour will not be seen tonight at its usual time in order to bring you a special 2-hour episode of The Relatives. Tonight, young Tom learns he has a rare blood disease which threatens his life and his graduation. Brother Bob, Grandma, Stepdad, and all the relatives have to pitch in and do all his chores and homework. See this heartwarming 2-hour pre-holiday episode of The Relatives tonight on UBS. 9 o'clock Pacific Time, 9:15 Central Time, tomorrow at noon Eastern Time, 3:30 in Philadelphia. Not shown in Richmond, Virginia.
Thank you. Oh, they speak 3 or 4 languages between them, and they're trying to communicate. It's interesting. Without the headphones, you don't see that very often. Oh, we're back. As you all know, the Quad City Chamber of Commerce here in the area will be soon sponsoring, I guess they are, the first annual Mr. City of Merchandise pageant. I know, well, you know about it. Okay, but for those who don't, the top bodybuilders from all over the Southern California area have entered this competition, and we'll be televising the finals here on America Tonight. Meanwhile, 3 of the semi-finalists, or semi-finalists, depending on, what is it, semi or semi?
Well, I think it depends on how you want to pronounce it.
I'll think I'll go semi. Semi-finalists are with us tonight with their number from the talent part of the competition. I guess they divided up into talent and then just standing there and then ability to move your car out of the parking lot or whatever they do. I don't know. Anyway, Elke has agreed to help us out in this number, right, Elke?
Well, yeah, I guess I have to now.
Okay, it's not...
You tell me what it's all about, though, in a little while, won't you?
You were gonna... Hold on.
But I don't know the thing.
You can do it great. Don't worry, it's all on cards.
Okay.
Okay, you just read it off the there. So,
You can do it and no clowning around.
great. At least she doesn't have a temper to go with this. She can be very upset. Please welcome Mr. Altaluna, Mr. Downtown Orange Grove, and Mr. Death Valley, along with our own lovely Elke Sommer.
Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it half as good as you do. Baby, you're the best. Nobody does it better. Though sometimes I wish someone would. Nobody does it quite the way that you do. Why'd you have to be so good? Why'd you have to be so? Why'd you have to be so good?
Well, there you have it. The equal time principle. First of all, we show a little chest, then we show a lot of it. Okay, we'll be right back after this break. Thank you, Happy. Happy Kind, the mirth makers, everybody. How about it? Speaking of making mirth, we just had a rare treat here. I was absolutely knocked out. Not literally by these guys, because I'm sure they could do it, but you were fabulous. Why don't you all come over here, Elke and fellas? Oh! Have a seat.
Thank you.
You all have room here? Fine. Just squeeze on in as best you can. Okay. Oh.
You're so...
Oh, I love it. Like a comedy show. That's great.
Now you know what toothpaste feels like.
So listen, fellas, that's incredible. Elke, you sounded beautiful.
Oh, yeah? I didn't
Really?
know what I was doing.
You just
I
read that off the
swear.
cards.
Yeah.
It was as if you even wrote it. It was amazing. Guys, let me ask you, how long does it take you to, have you been lifting weights or something? I have a hunch. How long have you been lifting weights?
I've been training a week and a half, and he's been training for 4 weeks. And 5.
5 weeks. Wow. So if I started tonight, let's say about 5 weeks, I could
Well,
have
if
a
you
good
bought
physique like that.
my new dynamic bodybuilding course, you could probably do it in 2.5.
Really? Just
Why do you shave your hair on your chest?
So you could see it.
Oh.
absolutely.
Would it be that long that you couldn't see it if you let it grow?
Sure.
I've never seen such incredible chest. How do you build that? Why don't we open that up to everyone? How do you go about having a chest like that?
Well, I personally, you know.
This is what I wanted to find out. We're going to find out in our own time. We'll be right back tomorrow night, okay? Stay with us. So long.
Right, some members of our studio audience will receive the following: plastic curves from Dittos, the Feel to Fit Company, pants to make every woman feel beautiful in sizes 3 to 13 and 8 to 18. And Lillian Vernon's catalog gift certificate, jewelry, gifts, decor, personalized items, and things from practical to whimsical, furnished by Lillian Vernon. And Slim Fast, the natural way to lose weight, packed with vitamins, minerals, and natural protein, delicious and filling. You can get Slim Fast with Slim Fast, and don't think you're not fat just because you can't see it.
Tonight at 11 on Monty Python, it's the visit to the barber shop and a psychotic barber whose real ambition is to be a transvestite lumberjack. Next, our feature, The Naked Jungle.
Coleman Zellick, Clinton Barriero, and David Dupress as the Muscle Flexors, with a special guest appearance by Miss Elke Sommer.